Ladies and gentlemen, dear Armenians, dear international community, we welcome you for a very special event today. In fact, it is our first live session. The events of Tuesday morning, 1 a.m., weigh heavy on all of our shoulders. Yet, while the international media talks about Armenia, analyzes what they should do, we thought it's important to hear Armenians, to hear their voices, to hear the individuals which will shape the future generation, the courageous students of the Political Science and International Affairs program of the American University of Armenia. And today we want to elevate their perspectives, their wishes and hopes, their thoughts and feelings to enable the international community a better understanding of the implications of this deal. And by elevating their perspectives, we hope to build the foundation of trust and hope, a foundation for empathy. But before we get started, allow us to share a quick word on the format. Each courageous student will receive approximately 5 minutes of our undivided attention to share what he or she thinks, feels, and proclaims that needs to be done. And after each student is ready, they are free to stay on the stream or to continue listening to the others. But without further ado, I think we can start. And Ellen, if you can share your perspectives with our global community.
Thank you, Konstantin Can. My name is Alen Mazmanyan. I am a PSIA student in AUA. It's my second year. So right now, my own perspective, I want more to talk about the perspectives and the arguments of both sides in Armenia. So there can be an argument specifically for the side that want Pashinyan to quit, on the other side that do not want Pashinyan to quit, and they are waiting for solution first, then to decide who were the traitors. So first I want to discuss more about the arguments. So do the people who broke into government had the right to do it? No, not in my opinion. But do they had the right to be angry and to ask Pashinyan to quit in general? They had. And the reason is that I want to bring his statement in 2018, Nikol Pashinyan's statement. In 2018, he said that if there will be a talk about this Nagorno-Karabakh issue, I will first discuss with you, and I will never make my own decision without discussing with you this every single point in the agreement, suppose it. And with this perspective, you can say that, okay, they have the right to quit and they had the right to ask for Pashinyan to quit. But on the other side, you can say that, is it the right time now? Because right now, the most important people are the soldiers. And what soldiers are asking for us is for support and help and motivation. And I think whatever soldiers say, we should follow them. And we should help and support them. And we should listen what they say first. Because they are at the front line, not us. And they are trying to bring back the regions, not the people who are right now protesting. I mean, they want it back too, but the main ones who are right now fighting are the people who are in the front line right now. So, in my opinion, having the protests right now is not it is not the right time to have it. As much as the people on the other side who have the right to ask for it. That's it. That's what I wanted to say.
Alen.
But I'm not blaming any side, like if they are wrong or not. And I'm not angry to any other perspective, right? Different perspective. I'm not saying these people are bad, that's why they are doing it, or they have different political views. No, I'm just giving them I'm understanding both sides' decisions, and think, and that's it. I think, yeah, that's what I wanted to say. That I understand, but the most help that need right now are the soldiers, and we should listen them more. And that's what I'm doing. Helping and support them as much as possible, as much as I can do.
Dear Alen, thank you very much for your thoughtful words and perspectives. And now, turning to Anahit, if you can kindly share yours.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Anahit. Pleased to be here and to have a chance to express my thoughts and feelings with you. I do not want to speak about politics, about my position, but I would like to express more my feelings. The war was devastating for all of us, and there were times we were motivated, times when we lost hopes, and we really valued each life of our soldiers. Our hearts were with all of them. And there was a popular saying amid people, like, we are physically in Armenia, but mentally next to our soldiers on the front line. The war ended, but the results were not fair for all of Armenians. We are at a loss, but to me, this can all be a new beginning for us. This can be a new chapter for us, for our history. A chapter that we should write and live as perfect as we can. We should do our best to prosper our one and only country, our Armenia. I'm still Armenian, and I'm still a proud Armenian. Even if I am sad today with loss of hope, after a week, I will certainly have a motivation to educate myself for my future country. I am feeling responsible for my country, for its well-being. I believe in me, I believe in my nation, and I think that no one can distract me for the way, from my way to my destination. So this is all, and I want to call everyone to be united because we are stronger when we are united. That's all. Thank you.
Dear Anahit, thank you very much for these very powerful words. Turning to Monika, if you can share your perspectives.
Hi, I'm Monika, and now I'm going to share my thoughts and opinions on the events that's going on in Armenia. I spent a lot of time on thinking how to start my speech. Initially, I thought that I have a lot to say, but now I found it difficult to find the right words. I think there enough has been said about political, military, and diplomatic issues or mistakes. I think there will be time for us to speak and discuss all of those issues. First of all, I'd like to thank all of the soldiers that bravely fought for our lives, lands, and future. I want to express gratitude to them and their families. Fighting against mercenaries and high-tech weapons was a hard mission to accomplish, but they managed it. Our heroes did the impossible, and now they're going to come back to their families and their lives. I try to share the feelings of each Armenian, I think. I'll just start with the question, what emotions I feel now. Initially, I felt anger and sadness, but it is hard to say which is worse, the shock of what happened or the pain that comes after realization. But now I just feel emptiness. It is hard to describe. But one thing I know for sure, that this pain, grief, and other feelings feel every Armenian. Each of us should realize that at least 10 million people feel the same way. So you are not alone in this. Thus, now it is the exact time for us to be united. The events of the last month showed that no one would understand and support Armenians the way that we do. We need to be kinder to each other, no matter one's political views. We need to be grateful for our family members, soldiers, neighbors, relatives, friends, for our community. We need to take care of each other, to be gentle to each other. Now it is very important not to hurt feelings of each other. Only unity can help us to change our future, the future of the next generation and the generation after that. There is no time for us to find who is guilty and who is not. We have what we have, and we need to change what is going to happen. I think that after the war, there are so many economic, diplomatic, and other issues we need to find solution to. And that's what is our biggest task for now. The biggest task and goal for us as a nation is to find ways to change our future and find ways to prosper. I'd also like to thank every person from the international community, so-called our non-Armenian friends, that supported us. It really means the world to us just to know that we are not alone, that we are that our voices are heard. And to finish, I'd like to mention one more time that our strength is in our unity.
Dear Monika, thank you very much for your words of unity and hope. Turning to Nare, if you can kindly share your perspectives.
Thank you. Good evening one more time. I'm Nare Sukiasyan, and I'm pleased to be here and share my concerns and thoughts related to the current situation of Armenia. To say that I, like all Armenians around the world, are desperate to say nothing. Today, the Armenian people and the Republic of Armenia face the danger of a peaceful existence and an alarming, unstable future. And it is when our soldiers fought and still continue to fight for justice and the preservation of our motherland. And now we must become stronger, unite around one common idea and pursue it. The backs of Armenia and Armenians must not be allowed to be broken. The memory of the fallen soldiers must not be violated. We are a nation that gave the world a spiritual and glorious culture, great scientists, soldiers, musicians, and artists, inheriting Christian architecture from time immemorial. Today in Artsakh, there are dozens of cultural monuments, monasteries, and churches. We cannot tolerate the violation, destruction, and vandalism of our cultural heritage. I would like to list several monasteries that are endangered right now. 3 Azeld Basilica Tsitsernavang, which is one of the most important structures of early medieval Armenian architecture. This is the only well-preserved example among similar Armenian buildings. Amaras Monastery of the 4th century. Here, at the beginning of the 5th century, Mesrop Mashtot opened the first school in Artsakh. And during its existence, the monastery complex was destroyed many times by the enemies, but it was always rebuilt by Armenians. Gandzasar Monastery complex of the 4th century, and it was in the Middle Ages, it was one of the richest manuscript libraries. It has a school where caring figures were educated who contributed to the development and the intellectual and cultural life of surrounding areas. And I can list more than 60 monuments which have deep historical and cultural value. Today, when we live in a seemingly civilized period of time, when human rights, protection of cultural heritage, nationality are important, it is necessary and vital to raise the issue of the safety of these monuments. It is necessary to preserve real values. I think that we must do everything to not let the history repeat itself. Thank you.
Dear Nare, thank you very much for your warm and insightful words.
Thank you.
Ofelia, if you can now kindly share yours.
Thank you very much. It's more difficult for me after Nare's quite emotional speech, I must confess. But I'm a first-year graduate student of the PSIA program. But before that, I did bachelor's and in the field of international relations. And I want to speak about the impact of this war on the international relations, on my perception of the international justice, peace, and everything related to our reality. So the 44-day war ended with a painful peace deal. And this deal will not ensure regional stability, unfortunately. And it's not me who is claiming this. Many experts, including Thomas de Waal, has written an article saying that indeed this deal will not ensure stability in our region. This will not bring peace for Armenians. Aliyev, Putin, and Erdogan have shown the world that power still plays a major role in international relations. Justice and humanity were the biggest losers in this war, not Armenia. Imagine my anger when yesterday I saw a statement issued by the UN Human Rights Council when they condemn Azerbaijan and Turkey for deploying mercenaries in the region and insisting the withdrawal of these mercenaries. So Armenians fought against these mercenaries for 45 days, and only now when the West felt neglected, when the West felt that it was sidelined by Russia and Turkey, only then the UN implemented this statement. So why is this important for our generation? We were a generation of peace. We used to travel all around Europe. We used to believe that peace is everything, that our generation and Armenians and Turks, Armenians and Azeris, one day will be able to live in peace. However, now we are a generation of justice. We have friends who sacrifice their lives with the hope that justice will prevail, that our history will not be repeated. Unfortunately, this was not the case. And in the course of one day, we, the people of Armenia, and especially the ones who know our history well, we have witnessed all the patterns of our history being repeated. But actually, I don't want us to grieve, because this is not the solution. What we'll do now is accept that we lost and learn this painful lesson. And actually, I think that this is be helpful. When losing the battle, we will not lose the war. And the war is not just a fight between two nations. We can win the war of education, science, development, resilience. We will come together as a nation and we will be united. Now, what's most important is addressing the humanitarian crisis that we are facing. Armenia will have to provide houses, will have to provide food, shelter to more than 100,000 Armenians from Karabakh. I seriously doubt that given the current deal, they will want to return to their homeland because they will be under the direct threat of extermination. We will address the major loopholes in our educational system. We will make it better. We will make critical thinking our priority. We will make sciences our priority. And then we need to overcome our victim mentality. I think that after the Armenian genocide, we have failed to do so. That's why it's really important. And finally, after overcoming our victim mentality, we will understand how to survive in the self-help system of international relations. Thank you.
Dear Ofelia, thank you very much for your words and effort and perspectives. Now, I would like to thank everyone, dear Anahit, dear Monika, dear Ofelia, dear Nare, dear Alen, dear Emanuela, for taking time, for being courageous enough to share your perspectives in a time that is really not easy. And we, Faces of Armenia, we will empower and elevate your voices to build bridges of hope between Armenia and the international community. We will do our utmost to support your journey to peace and prosperity. The times are not easy, but we are with you. Thank you very much for your time today.